What's up, y'all? I'm back with another YouTube video. It is like 5 in the morning currently, but I'm about to get ready for work. Do a quick natural beat for you guys. So if you would like to see how I achieve this look, please stay tuned. In the color orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and with this to cover up all these dark marks. So I'm gonna do that first. So now I'm going to go in and do my brows because that's the first thing that I do is my brows. Some people do their foundation then their brows, but I don't know how because every time I do that, like for me, when I go with the concealer, it just don't blend how I want it to blend. So I go in with my brows first by brushing them out with the spoolie. My eyebrows are actually grown out. As you can see, I try to let them grow out every now and then, get full, and then I go back in and like wax them and shape them up. I just think they look better that way. I'm gonna go with my brow pencil. Yes, this brow pencil is very small, as you can tell. I need to get a new one, but this one will do for now. So I'm up early. I was so determined to get this video in. Like, it's been a while since I recorded anything, so I really want to get some content out there, especially people that's like looking forward to like my videos. I don't want to leave y'all hanging. I am still making videos. There was just a lot going on. I think I mentioned that in my last video. There was a lot going on throughout the end of 2018 to now. And with this whole pandemic and everything is just crazy. Like for me, a lot going on for me spiritually. Towards like the end of, well, even like during 2018 for me, there was a lot going on. So I feel like I was personally going through like a spiritual awakening within myself. I've always been, I wouldn't say religious, but I've always been spiritual. I've always like went to church and stuff since I was younger. Like my grandma introduced that to me when I was young, my grandma and my mom. So that was always something that was a part of my lifestyle. But you know, as time go on and you get into your own groove of doing things, you just, you know, you're not living the way that you know you're supposed to live or what you were taught. So that was kind of the space I was in, and I was just kind of recovering from that, I would say. There's a lot of things I did, choices I made that, you know, I feel like everybody has choices and things that they did that they're just not proud of, but it's nothing that I'm hiding either, you know. It's just, I feel like it's just life, you know. That's the process of life. You live and you learn and you gain knowledge, and you just gotta keep going and be positive about it and look forward to, you know, what's to come and live in the present. That's something I really learned to last year, to just live in the moment, because I realized in that time, like, I was like, you got control issues or something, because I was like, I would get upset when stuff didn't like work out in my favor. And not saying that it's just when it didn't work out in my favor, like I would catch little attitudes, and like I started to realize, girl, like the world don't revolve around you, like you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was, you know, you gotta adjust, you know, you gotta humble yourself, and sometimes you just gotta pay attention to things that's going on. And with me paying attention to everything that was going on around me, it was kind of just showing me, I feel like I was put in different scenarios and just different situations where things were presented to me, and God was just speaking to me, like, pay attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop going about things, looking at things in your own perspective, have a different mindset, you know, learn to look at things in a different frame, in a different light. And I feel like just that alone, you know, helped me and make me start paying attention to a lot of stuff that was going on around me. And I've kind of always been an observer. Like, I would sit back and watch things, like, literally since I was younger. Like, I vividly remember my mom's friend saying things like, why does your daughter just stare at me like that? Like, what's wrong with her? And I would laugh. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm just paying attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that something wrong with me, but I feel like, as time went by, I realized too that people don't like when you can see through they BS. Like, they don't like that. And especially when you're more of a listener, like, you're listening to understand, you're not listening to reply to what they said, and you see the intentions behind what somebody is saying just based off of that. And I feel like that's something they didn't like. And I realized that it wasn't just like my mom's friends, it was other people that would say certain things to me too, like, you just seem so nonchalant, you know, about things. And for me, it was like, you see it as nonchalant, but for me, it's just, I'm not giving my energy and power away that easily to a situation because you want a certain reaction out of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't like when they can't get that rise out of you. And that's the only thing that fuels people's anger, like their ego, is when you're giving them that reaction. And sorry, but I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not that person. I'm not the fuel that negativity. Like, I don't need it in my life. So yeah, long story short, I was definitely having like a spiritual awakening because God was showing me many things, like, and I realized in that process that although I grew up in church, although I went to church, and I had people around me that was spiritual, and like godly women and men around me that were spiritual, I realized in my situation that although you believe in God, that doesn't mean that you necessarily trust him. And that hit me hard. That hit me tough. Like, I was like, you know, wow. And it stuck out to me, like, people run to him when they're doing bad, when they down bad. But it's kind of like in that moment when he comes and give you the answers that you need, or you feel like your prayer is answered, then it's like you kind of revert back to getting into that same old routine. And for me, it was like I started realizing my pattern. I started realizing my habits, my routine, and it was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. Like, it was just things. Once he reveals certain things to you, nothing, your old ways won't sit right with you. I'm gonna put it like that. Like, and that's why I feel like even when this topics like coming to church or whatever, and some older Christians would make it like, you shouldn't do this, or you shouldn't wear this, or you shouldn't be like this before you go to church and stuff like that. And that will really have me looking at, you know, that will have anyone looking at the church, the body, a different way. Like the church body in a different way, in a different light, because it's going to make them feel like, oh, I'm not accepted here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what built, like, a lot of people now in 2020, you could just tell people just want to be accepted. People, and I feel like that's what people do things for clout. They do things for clout. They do things to get people's attention because they just feel left out. And everyone want to be noticed. Everybody want attention. Nobody wants to feel like a nobody. Like, let's just be real. Nobody wants to feel like that. And some people are willing to do whatever it takes to get there, you know, to get that attention. Sometimes it's bad attention and sometimes it's good attention. But everybody don't see it that way. They see attention is attention, and you know, that's not always a good thing to do. Sometimes it just takes for you to sit back and ask yourself, do self-reflection, like, why am I craving all this attention? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really going on? And it stems back to self-love, for real. Self-love, like, some people are just looking for that approval because they ain't have it, and like their parents and things like that. And it's just so many things that go into that. So I don't know, for the most part, I just want to say that I'm so thankful for what I went through these past couple years. I can't hold that like a hatred, animosity, or anything like that in my heart, because what I went through allowed me to see things in a different light, and it showed me, you know, no matter what you're going through, who's gonna be there for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to know that when I'm down bad, you know, God's still there for me. Even when I'm up, and when I'm up, He's still there for me. It's Him always making a way for me, like literally made way out of no way. So I'm just thankful for this journey. But that's I'm basically said all that to say that, you know, I stopped on makeup for a while, and don't get me wrong, I love on makeup, and I do it for many reasons. I like makeup, you know, I like things that are just beautiful in general. I like to boost people's confidence. It was at a certain point, it was like a therapy for me. Like when I was like angry and hurt, it was a therapy for me. There's many reasons why I do it, but I had stopped and put all that on pause just off the strength that I felt like I was more so craving my purpose. I wanted to know what my purpose was here on this earth, and I know nobody could, like, no human could give me that answer. So I started to like dive deep and like studying the Bible, and studying the Bible and just praying more and spending most of my time with Him. Like, there was a point in time where I was literally just grinding, like working 2 jobs, not really talking to people, staying in my house, studying the Bible, watching sermons, and going to sleep, eating, repeat like that. And I feel like for me, that's when I learned the most, and that's when I was actually able to hear like God speaking to me. And when I say God speaking to me, I mean it's like a thought, you know what I'm saying? It's like a thought that you know is not yours. Because some people, when they hear people say, how did that person hear God speak to them and things like that, they really think it's like some people have this idea like it's this deep voice, you know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be a voice like, wow. And I just feel like that's unrealistic, you know what I'm saying? But you definitely want to know, you know what I'm saying? You're going to know, and I feel like some people feel like I never had that experience, or why am I not having that experience? And all I have to say is pray, meditate, and actually take time to study that Bible and really try to get understanding. Like they say, like that's the only word that you read, and it reads you. You know what I'm saying? It reads your heart. God knows your heart. So just with that alone, you know, your spirit will be fed by you taking time, you know, and putting Him first. And that's what I was doing. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna put Him first, and I ain't gonna do nothing else. Like, that was my mindset. I ain't gonna do nothing else. Like, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna do the necessity. I'm gonna do what I need to do to survive. Eat, sleep, drink, and go to work. Like, so that's what I did. Besides from, you know, studying the Bible and stuff like that. And during that time, I realized a lot of people were like looking at me different. Like you've been different. And for me, it was just like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't looking at it like that, but He showed me that people will look at you different, and people will judge you based off of what you're doing, because they're not on that same level mentally. You know what I'm saying? They're not conscious of what it is that you're doing. And, you know, that made sense to me. Like, you're only going to understand from your level of understanding. You know, you can't make somebody understand what you're trying to tell them. And some people are literally just committed to misunderstanding you. And you can't give your energy, I'm telling you, like, you cannot give your energy to those type of people. Like, and I feel like that come with discernment. Like, that's a whole nother thing. Like, when you get that discernment and God teach you about that, it's like, oh, you can pinpoint things so easily. You can look at a situation, and you ain't even gotta be directly in a situation, but you can look at it from the outside and be like, I know what that is. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely pros and benefits to becoming, you know, spiritually aware and getting in tune with your spirit and realizing that you're not put on this earth for yourself. You're not put on this earth to live the life that you think. You know what I'm saying? People, I feel like they obsess over the materialistic things and being rich and being famous. Like, yes, everybody wants to be wealthy. Nobody wants to be poor. Nobody wants to be broke, of course. But it's bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, our purpose here alone is bigger than that. It goes way beyond your own understanding. And that's what they say, like, God is an all-knowing God. People try to put their own interpretation and their own understanding on situations. And it's like, you could do whatever you want to try to make understanding of it, but some things just simply won't make sense to the human mind. And I've accepted that. Like, that's cool with me. Because at the end of the day, you not knowing, like I said, me trying to be controlling, that helped me to see, like, you gotta have more faith of how the situation is going to turn out. Stop depending on your own understanding. Stop trying to control the situation. Stop trying to make things go in your favor, because even if you try to make things go in your favor, some things may turn out how you want them, yeah. But at the end of the day, if it's something that God don't want you to have, you ain't gonna have it. Same way, if he want to take you tomorrow, he's going to take you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's about knowing that real power source. Like, Jesus Christ is my power source. You know what I'm saying? And I just wish there was just more people that was just open to understanding, you know, getting that understanding and not just jumping to conclusions based off of what somebody told them or what somebody else taught them. Some things you have to go learn on your own. You know, everything can't be taught to you. People give you the level of their understanding. You know what I'm saying? And who is it to say y'all have the same level of understanding? Everybody's different. So, I don't know. That's just how I see things. And that's what made me stop doing makeup, because I was like, I need to take a break from this and focus. But now, like, it's a whole year and a half later, and after like learning everything that I learned or whatever, it was like, now he's revealing something different to me. It's like, kind of like, what is good works without faith, you know? And for me, it's like, you can't sit around and not do nothing because you're trying to focus. But life in general is all about balance. You have to find that balance in whatever it is that you do. Like, regardless if it's dealing with people, rather it's spiritual, rather it's work in your life and being married, like whatever it is, you have to always find that balance. Like, things aren't necessarily as stressful as we make them, and I realized that because I would literally be stressing myself out, tripping, like, girl, chill out. Like, so I say like a lot. I realize that I need to stop, but anyways, yeah, I realized that, and for me it was like, I don't really want to do that, you know. That's not really what I want for myself. And I feel like I had to start getting back into, you know, what do you really want? What do you really want? What do you really want to do? You know, and for me, I do want to do makeup. I love makeup, but I'm also incorporate what it is that God's showing me. You know what I'm saying? It's not just gonna be solely about makeup, because I feel like I wouldn't have makeup. I wouldn't have my life. I probably wouldn't even have the talent to do makeup, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for him. So why not give him glory for what it is that he's done for me? Why not share my story with the next person that could potentially help somebody else out or open somebody else's eyes to a different situation, you know what I'm saying? And for me, I just feel like if there's anything I can do to open up somebody's heart and guide them back to God, I'm going to do that. And I don't really care about what nobody else have to really think about it, because a lot of the times when you're in that walk of being spiritual, people do look at you funny, and they act like people act like, no, I don't understand what's bad about believing in God, but people really do look at you crazy. Like certain stuff that you say, certain things that's revealed to you from him, they look at you like you're nuts. Like, what? Like, where'd she get that from? She's crazy. Like, something's wrong with her. Like, throw that crazy word around way too much, way too often. You know what I'm saying? Instead of thinking about people's mental, or thinking about what that person went through, or putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just aren't compassionate. They're more self-centered. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm more so of a mental health type person. And that alone, I allow myself to put myself in other people's shoes to try to see their point of view. I don't just automatically off what they say, or categorize them like, oh, you're crazy. That's what crazy people say. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? That person clearly went through something that changed their way of thinking, and that's why they're saying what they're saying. You know, that's why they're feeling what they're feeling. And then in the same sense, people go into, oh, well, how that person commit suicide? You was just calling, they were just expressing themselves, and you was calling them crazy last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about balance. Like, pick your side. Like, what do you really want to do? I feel like a lot of people are just walking this earth blind and confused, and a lot of people are being directed by people who don't even have a path paved for them. They don't even know where they're going, but they're trying to lead somebody. It's like the blind leading the blind, literally. So I just be so confused. But one thing I can say, like I said, is I know who my power source is, and I'm willing to help anybody. You give understanding, and like, I'm not even saying like I know everything. You know what I'm saying? I know what I know, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I've experienced. I know what I was shown by God, not by people. Like, people, I'm not that person you can tell anything to and I'm gonna take it and run. No, I'm gonna listen to what you have to say, because I'm open-minded to hear what you have to say, and I'm gonna dig deeper for my own understanding. Like, I'm not going to down you for your opinion or what you think. And that's another thing. Like, you don't always have to agree with what people say, and people think that like, oh no, you're wrong and I'm right. Stop worrying about who wrong or who right, and take what that person told you and take your own understanding, and go put the two together and see how they connect, how they intertwine, instead of just being one-track minded. Like, don't be so close-minded to the point you're stopping yourself from gaining knowledge. That ain't a smart move. Just all that in one is teaching me a lot. Like, I've learned a lot, and I'm so prepared to like just talk about it deeper and spread my knowledge, my wisdom that I learned throughout my journey with other people, and help them, you know, get an understanding. I'm excited about that. Oh, sorry y'all. I'm using this the e.l.f. rose gold sunset, my bad. And I'm going in with this first color. It's like a light brown, this one right here. And I'm putting it in my crease now that I've blended out that concealer on my lids. I feel like I really just said a whole lot without saying a lot. Like, y'all ever feel like that? Like, wow, I just said a lot for real. And I feel like even the things that I just touched on, and some conversations that could just be broken down in so many different ways and talked about, but it's just like, it's so hard to find people who are even into that, or that are even what's the word I want to use? Like, first off, open-minded. It's hard to find open-minded people that's just not in that mindset of judging and criticizing everything you say and looking at things in a negative light. That alone, you know, is literally a task, because let me tell you. And then it's another thing, like how aware, how in tune somebody is with their mental, you know. And all people just, I'm not gonna say all people, because that's not true. Some people just don't want to take that time out and face their reality. And I realized that too. Like, people want change and they want to see things in a different light, but they don't really want to put in the work to do it. And I know because, and I can speak on it because I was one of them people at a certain point. I want this, I want that, I want this to work for me. I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's like, at that point, that's a dream, but you're not putting in no effort. How do you expect to reach that if you aren't doing anything to get there? Like, and sometimes that elevation, baby, it definitely comes with separation, and you got to be okay with that too. Like, you got to be comfortable within yourself. You got to love yourself. Like, a lot of stuff starts with self-love, for real. And a lot of people don't have that, and it's evident in what they do, what they say, how they move, how they treat other people. It's evident. You want to treat somebody how you want to be treated. The type, how you feel about yourself is definitely how you going to treat other people. Like, you just nasty to people, you just got nasty remarks or judgmental remarks. That just shows how you look at yourself. Like, everything you do is a reflection of you. So when you become aware of certain things like that, like they say, when you know better, you do better. And I know better in certain areas, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm still learning a lot, and I'm open to other people's opinion, other people's advice, learning, you know, hearing other people's experience. I'm open to that. All right, I blended this brown out. I'm gonna keep going in because it's really not the color that I really was looking for, but it'll do for a natural look, I guess. That's all I'm doing here, is a natural look. But yeah, y'all, this whole journey has been, least to say, eye-opening and a blessing in disguise. And literally, I don't know if any of y'all seen it recently, but China, I think her last name is like McLean. She played on Daddy's Little Girls. I was just watching her video, and when I tell y'all what she said, really, like, I felt that in my heart. Like, I felt everything that she said, because when you're literally in that stage where you're just tired of living the same way, and you're being called to live for God and to help his people, you really start to look at things differently. And like I said, I just completely told myself, like, I'm not doing makeup no more. I'm just gonna focus. I heard what she was saying, you know what I'm saying? And some people just heard, oh, she's not doing Black Lightning no more, I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what she's saying is way deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that girl was going through an awakening, and then some people will criticize what she was saying, like, oh, well, she ain't do this, or she ain't do that, or she ain't say this, and she ain't say that. And it's like, look at the positive in what she's doing. You know, whatever somebody don't know, if somebody's just getting into something spiritually, or they feel like they're just having that spiritual awakening, why would you bash them instead of trying to help them? If you know more as a Christian, if you know more, I'm just saying Christian because that's what I identify as, but if you know more as a spiritual being, or you're spiritually mature, help the immature. Don't down them, don't bash them, because clearly they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that will just irritate me because why? You know what I'm saying? If anything, you should be happy for her. Like, she choosing a higher route. She choosing to go with her calling. Why she's put here on this, what you really put here on this earth for, because it's sure not to do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And some people may disagree with me on that, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. For me, I just pray that the same awakening that I got, you get to experience it. You know, I'm not going to come and bash you or talk down to you or say stuff to insult you or make you feel bad about yourself. Once again, that's just showing who you is. But anyways, like I was saying, her video alone, it really, was really talking to me, and I really could resonate with what she was saying, because I felt that same exact way. Like, I'm done doing everything that involves everything else. Like, I'm only looking for God. I'm only focusing on God. I'm only going to do things that's going to help glorify Him. And I'm going to just leave that there. Like, when you know, you know. When you know, you know. You don't need nobody to tell you. You don't need nobody to break it down for you. You're going to know. You gain that own relationship with God on your own. You feed your own soul. Through Him, you're going to know. Through His word, you're going to know. You know? It's really you're not going to really have no doubts about it, for real. I'm going to let this peak go on my upper brow. But yeah, I was just happy, and I was kind of like relieved, like, because I know other people go through spiritual awakenings and stuff, but I didn't know if it was like mine. So it was a sense of relief to hear, somebody else say it, and she's young too. And I feel like personally, people look at stuff like that, like, she's young and she's saying this, you know what I'm saying? And like younger people, yeah, we can be very stubborn. We can be like, I don't want to listen to you because, like elders, I don't want to listen to you because you're not living the same day as me. What you went through does not apply now. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we have them attitudes, and I can admit that, because I was definitely like that at a certain point. Like, yeah, no, like, what you're saying is not relevant to today. Like, nothing is the same. We don't dress the same. We don't think the same. It's different. But in all reality, them elders that you downplay in their opinion, they have a lot of wisdom. A lot. And regardless if it's happened during your time or whatever, they have a lot of wisdom, regardless. And I feel like that's something that they are slept on for. Just because they're not living in the same time as us. I think I'm gonna go in this gold. This one right here. I like when I don't know if it's just me, but I like when palettes have names. Like, I like when the colors be having names. It be making me happy. It does. But yeah. You see me look at the back like, this got a name? But no, it don't. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with this gold color. I know when I go to work my job, I'm probably be like, where are you going? So I have those days where I'm that person that I do makeup and I love makeup, but I do not wear makeup every single day. And I give props to every person that do it, because I just can't. Like, it's the boy in me, I guess, because I don't act really girly every single day. I have my days, and I'm not ashamed of that. By any means, I don't care. Like, for real. So yeah. I'm sorry if y'all hear my dad. He like me, obviously, we wake up at the crack of dawn and he's up singing humming gospel songs. So that's what y'all hear. If you hear anything. Oh, I like this color. This is cute. I'm just blending this out on. Well, I'm not even blending it. I'm just patting it in where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna blend it. Oh, I use this color. It's like the orange color. I really like I like these fall colors in general. I think they're really pretty. Blend them out with this e.l.f. blending brush. It's funny, like when I look back at videos that like the first video I did, it's fun to watch your growth, because let me tell y'all, when I first started doing my makeup, it was in like 7th grade. I didn't do like full faces, but I did like eyeliner and lip gloss and mascara. And then when I started doing eyeshadow, like here and there, like 8th grade and like my freshman year of high school, if y'all would have seen that makeup, I needed slapped. Somebody definitely should have told me to take it off, but they did. Like, oh, you look cute. Now you know that ain't cute. But then again, I thought it was cute back then, so maybe they did think it was cute, or maybe we all just didn't know like that it wasn't cute. And like now, I'll be looking at my stuff like, it was the blending for me. I think I just used to be like doop 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 psh, doop 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 psh. And I'm like, whoo, you don't do that no more. You gotta blend it out, because it'd be looking crazy when you just slap eyeshadows on your eyelid. Not too heavy on the eyeshadow, but I don't know. I feel like for this one, it's not showing up how I want it to, and I don't like that. Let's try this brush. Oh, there we go. That's better. The light brown that I used the first time, just to blend out all the gold color, so it's not like everywhere. Yes, I've heard that heat come on. Alright, and I'm gonna go in with my Luscious Lippy highlighter and bronzer. I love this stuff. I have the link down to the website in my comment section. But yeah, I love this stuff. It is so shimmery. You know, everybody's different when it comes to highlighter, but I really love highlighter. Really love highlighter, especially this one. It make me happy for I'll be feeling like a glazed donut, baby. So no. So yeah, I'm about to go to work and see my little kids. I love working with I love being a preschool teacher. The kids are so cute. And they're just so funny, like just hearing how they are, hearing the stuff that they say, and seeing all their different personalities is hilarious to me. It makes me wonder, like, how was I, you know? All right, let's on this foundation. Yo, I have to mix my foundations because nothing ever matches me. I be thinking to myself, like, I be thinking that I'm just like a darker brown skin. I be getting like shades that I think match me and then they don't match me. So then I just be buying like 3 and 4 of them and mixing them because they just don't work. So I be like, oh, seriously. I use the color Toasts and the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I remember the first time I concealed my nose and it looked bigger, I was mad. I'm like, is this supposed to happen? Like, this is not supposed to happen. I was salty. But then I was like, girl, you just doing something wrong. Y'all be blending y'all, do y'all be blending up or down when it comes to y'all cheekbones? I love these, like, these are like the best investment. I don't know why they make these like this, but I hate it. Like, you like pry the thing out and get on my nerves every time. This is my go-to gloss, like the Luscious Lippy, and it's in Cocoa Kisses actually. It's my favorite though. That and the highlighter is my favorite. Like, I can't get enough. I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. My lips are pink, really pink. So I just like that. That brown gloss is cute. And then this is also the Luscious Lippies mascara. I'm going with this really quick. And then usually after I dust off my powder, I just go over my face a little bit with my foundation brush because I don't be wanting to go nowhere looking like a ghost. So, because it happens, you know. I think it's happened to the best of us sometimes, you know. You just think you a fire, and then you go outside and that light hit it, and you be like, "Oh, baby, go back in the house and take it off." Like, I found myself doing makeup one time, and it was just so not what it looked like in the inside that I just wiped it all off. I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is not cute. Gotta go." Nice talking to y'all, though. Like I said, hopefully you guys find some stuff with on my channel that you guys like, can resonate with, can learn and stuff too, because like I said, I'm willing to learn. I want to gain all the knowledge I can, and I don't care who it come from. I lied about that. I do care who it come from. Well, not really. If it's positive, I don't care, but yeah, I'm just gonna go in with my foundation one because I don't really want to look like Casper the Ghost. No, they twisted. That's why I don't like thin lashes, because they do stuff like this, and I don't know if I got time for that. I'm just trying to put on more natural ones for work. Like, I don't want to go there looking like Meet Blink 3000. Not at work. Anywhere else, I might, but work, no. Not cool. There we go. It's the thin lashes for me. What the heck? I don't know what's wrong with this lash, but whatever. Finished look.